GSOE family, us student ambassadors just want to talk about some of our study tips that have been working for us during remote learning. I just wanted to start off by saying that having a physical calendar is very essential during these times, just because we do forget when things are due or when we have classes, so writing it down helps you remember. And I recommend placing like any physical planner or calendar somewhere that you know you're going to utilize. So for instance, for me, I place this on my desk because that's where I usually study, or I place my planner in my nightstand because that's the first thing that I look at when I wake up. I also like to see a motivational quote in front of me. You can do this. I think it's very inspiring. You can clearly write it down on your letterboard, a whiteboard, or even a piece of paper and just hang it on your wall or your table. So I change my quote up every month. For this month of April, I have "Don't watch the clock, do what it does, keep going." Motivational quotes are very inspiring because I know if I'm studying and doing something I'm not supposed to, so if I'm surfing the web or talking to a family member, I will look at this and be like, okay, I need to study. Like, I need to keep going and do what I plan to do with the hours that I carved out for my day. Another study tip I have is taking actual notes. I noticed that when I'm taking Zoom classes, I rather pay attention to the professor and their lecture slides rather than me typing out my notes on the same screen. So writing it out on physical paper just helps you retain it way faster because you are listening to what the professor is saying, you're writing it down, and then hopefully you're reading it after class. I also want to share that I also color code this. So for instance, I use blue for subheadings, I use pink for like key terms or important facts that I know are going to be on the midterm or final. And color coding, obviously you don't want to overdo it. You want to make sure that you have maybe a maximum of 3 colors just so it's not overwhelming. And it helps you navigate your notes when you're studying, because if you're looking for that key term or a subsection, you know where to go in your notes.
Tip number 4, read just the abstract, conclusion, and discussion parts of research papers. We have lots of classes, we have lots of readings, but just reading these 3 parts will help you get the gist of whatever research paper you're reading. So here we have an example. As you can see, the very first page usually has an abstract, and that'll tell you everything that you're going to read in this paper. And then over here, we have general discussion. Okay, so that's tip number 4. Tip number 5 is to go through the harder readings, the longer readings first. That way you have enough energy to do the smaller readings later instead of just giving up. Keep going, guys.
Thank you for joining in for this week's video. We hope the information presented was helpful for you all. On the screen, you can see some upcoming events we have, and check out in your recent email from gsoedean@ucr.edu. GSOE recently launched a virtual student support hours resource, and you can find more information in that email from your student accounts. We hope you all are staying safe and doing well. Best wishes from your GSOE family.